The Ride Home podcast is produced for entertainment purposes only. Anything said on the show is not to be imitated or acted upon. Please listen responsibly and enjoy the show. I don't know how to start this show off, so I'm just going to try and be as natural as possible. Hi, my name is Cruz, and welcome to the Ride Home podcast. And if you're on your ride home, watch out for that red Ford that's been following you for the past 5 minutes. I seriously think that might be a stalker. I am here for the very first episode. This will be our inaugural run, and we have a pretty good topic that we will bring out in just a moment. I'm going to introduce you to my two guests this episode. Whichever one of you wants to go first, go for it.
I'll go first. Hey guys, I'm Stromboli. I am Sam. I stream. I eat chips sometimes in front of the microphone just to piss other people off. And yeah, that guy's kind of looking at you from that car.
Well, way to just, Okay. Great intro. Your chip ASMR aside, I now know that you have no comedic timing. Squatch, oh fuck, what your name? Illusion? Well, I'll bleep it. Illusion. You go next.
What's up, guys? It's Illusion here. As our good friend here also said, also go by Squatch. I just be cooking and creating things in the kitchen, throwing down.
Chef Squatch got the meats, bro.
I love his meats.
There's nothing we like more than that man's meat.
It's the best meat I've ever had.
Giving the homies the meat sweats.
All right, so there's been a lot of talk lately. I mean, naturally, as always, in the world of gaming, right? I actually read an article about a game that was ending recently. It's I don't remember what it was, but I used to play it. And I'm like, okay, I don't care if this is ending, but you start thinking about live services and the way that games are treated less of as a singular item and more of a networking, service. So the game industry is changing, and I think that we're about ready for a good dog on the game industry moment here, and we'll see where we go off from there, man. Maybe we'll have some positive comments later. You never know.
No, it's all gonna be negative. I got a lot to say.
Okay, cool. So just straight right out the gate. All right, so I want each of you to think of your game and bring what you've got to the table.
Ready?
Just let them have it.
I'm ready. Square Enix. Why do they have to wait 10 years to release a game? I agree with the whole Kingdom Hearts 3 thing, where the story plot is completely everywhere. Thanks to our host for pointing everything out.
I'm surprised you had to have it pointed out to you like that.
Well, maybe because I was a really blind fan, more or less. I was more into just the aesthetic of the game and as well as the storytelling. And I guess after playing Kingdom Hearts 3 for the first time, I just kind of sped through it and just oh dude, the graphics are so insane. They're amazing. Everything looks perfect, right? Even the gameplay is sick. Easy game.
I felt that halfway through the game, I was like, why am I still doing this? And I just wanted it to be over. And that's not something you want to say off a game that you've waited so many years to play. It was truly a disappointment.
So many years. Because the last game before 3 was the phone one, right? More or less. The phone one?
That or it was 2.8 on PS4.
2.
Aqua's chapter. It was a 4-hour game or something like that.
I think so. But it's just,
2. Final HD Remix Package Deluxe 9.
It's just strange that, companies, game developing companies just want to, switch things around and remix things because, why not add a little bit of pizzazz to the games? When some of us, the original Final Fantasy VII is a classic game, obviously.
Well, that was a big deal. I think what happened was that the years went by, and with the way we've seen digital media move, the great licensing war is upon us. Everyone wants to have their own streaming service platform where their shows can only be exclusively blah blah blah. It's like that with the game industry. I feel like Disney and Square were at an impasse, and you've noticed that they've removed almost all the Square stuff out of Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 3 didn't even bother to mention what happened to everybody else, you know?
No,
Especially because Kingdom Hearts 2 involved the Final Fantasy characters so much. And it was just, it really felt like a love letter to both, you know, different worlds, the Disney world and, you know, your old childhood, and the Final Fantasy world, your new childhood. And 3 just, like, took a big dump all over that.
They did, honestly. Because, I mean, I remember in my childhood seeing Cloud, you know, pop up in the fucking Coliseum in Kingdom Hearts 1, and I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, it's a different render of fucking Cloud. Like, it's actually fucking insane. And they added it to 2 as well, and I'm like, dude, they almost kept his Advent Children, you know, suit, right?
Yeah.
More or less. And I'm like, dude, that's exciting as well. That's childhood. 3, the original Kingdom Hearts 3 didn't have anything significant at all to Final Fantasy until the DLC, which shows Leon and the gang in Hollow Bastion, and it's only like a clip of at least 5 minutes and just nothing else. It's just the DLC. That it was exciting to see the gang again, but it's like it's missing a lot. There's a lot of context that is just completely missing, and it feels like a really big puzzle piece that's just missing. But I think developers like to add a little bit of pizzazz, and a lot of, you know, original gamers get upset at that because it's like, you know, we kind of want what we not expected out of, you know, game franchises. But it sort of like, it just became a thing where like the developers think this is the thing that fans would want, and it's not.
Yeah, that's the issue. I don't know what happened and where the divide was split, but at some point game developers forgot how to make games, and it became about profit, and it was really dumb. But
Cyberpunk.
it's sadly what it is. While we're on the topic, take a look at this Final Fantasy VII PC game. I bought this in a Toys R Us when my parents got their income tax money.
My God.
And I've never eaten Jack in the Box so fast in my life, but I wolfed the food down at the Jack in the Box so that we could hurry up and go home and play this shit.
I wonder how much that is now. 94.
And that's in that bad condition.
Oh, that is in bad condition.
So, I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like look at packaging. Everything's become, you know, so messed up. But yeah, I mean, so Square has shattered your dreams with the last Kingdom Hearts, I see.
It did. Honestly, after you guys pointed it out, like after I played it, it just became like, again, I'm not blaming anyone for pointing it out. It is something that more or less, like, with common sense needed to be pointed out, because it's like, you know, everyone is more or less like able to voice their opinions on games, more or less, you know, like there's no wrong opinions, there's no really right opinions, it's just opinions in general. And when you guys pointed that out, I was like, holy shit, like they're right.
I mean,
They're
it
right.
really, like, you can't take anybody's opinion for anything. You've got to judge things for yourself. And I'm glad you finally played the game and saw what we were saying, but you know, regardless of all that, it is what it is. They did the bad Illusion. What do you think?
So this was interesting to listen to because I've never played Kingdom Hearts. So it was just nice to hear.
You learn something new every day, you know.
Mine would have to be this is, I don't know. I think they've tried recently to go in the right direction, but who I'm gunning for here is going to be Activision and the way they're handling Call of Duty. Modern Warfare released. I think that was just a massive step in the right direction away from the like base shooters and like the jump jets and whatnot. And I Boomer here saying it like that because I know it was them trying to be interesting and innovative and unique to get away from the spree of boots on the ground shooters we've had with like Battlefield and whatnot.
You know, every single shooter on the market, basically.
Yeah, and they tried to, you know, like, okay, so we had our, you know, we dipped into the futuristic shooter for a while there with, you know, all the Black Ops titles and their version of like what they had, like Advanced Warfare and Ghosts, and they they did their fair bit of like futuristic shooters, and they went back to boots on the ground shooters. Straightforward, guns on guns. I'm not worrying about mechs or spaceships and whatnot. Um, and I think Modern Warfare was a step in the right direction, and that was a really solid game. But then Warzone came out, and here's really where my rant lies here. Warzone, I think, was too successful, which I think is a very weird way to word that, but it kind of like, I don't want to say gave him a big head, but it just
Yeah.
money talks, and you had all these people buying cosmetics and buying like the
Yeah, that's the thing. If the game is supported, they're not going to put the work into it. And we've seen that all across the field. We see that at Blizzard, which it's funny we're talking about Call of Duty because Activision. The principles are much the same as World of Warcraft and Overwatch has been, and it's all the same shit. We're done with it. We want to move on, and I think what it says it best with Call of Duty for me is the old Navy acronym, keep it simple, stupid. KISS. Very simple. The simpler the game, the more it'll like click with you. That's why I think Rocket League is really good, because it has that like simplicity factor. This is simple. Put the ball in the goal.
They push their cosmetics the right way.
But they push it over content though. Over, maps, modes, variety.
Oh, well, no, I'm saying that with the Rocket League, like, they push the cosmetics the right way. Call of Duty is an example of them doing it the wrong way, because for them, the skins of, like, the character skins, the cosmetics of what you can do with your guns and whatnot, that, like, overshadows every aspect of every game that they've released lately, and it's just ridiculous to the point where they're like, pushing off like updates to fix bugs and patches to fix bugs and broken weapon stats and like busted up maps and whatnot.
The older Call of Duties, like the Modern Warfare games before all the micro-paying and battle passes existed, were some of the funnest games I ever played in my life. The last Battlefield game that I can say that I remember having so much fun that I did not want to turn off my Xbox was Bad Company 2. That speaks volumes with how many games have come out since then.
That was such... I would go a little bit more...
I would kill to get a bunch of our Discord and stuff in a lobby and just play like OG Modern Warfare and World at War and stuff and just play these dumb games.
I think with a lot of like game developers, it's more like they're just trying to push whatever the editor bleep.
I don't know. Well, I'll bleep if I need. I'm the damn editor, dude. I can't afford an editor.
Editor, put a funny clown noise right here.
But yeah, like you're saying, go ahead.
I think with game developers, it's just they want to just throw stuff out the wazoo, just like, here you go. And I think the only game developers that I've seen actually respond to like criticism correctly is either Minecraft and Fortnite. So far, other games I have not seen like actual developers like actually asking like, what do you guys want to see in the next one? It's always like it's just what we want to do and what we want to profit out of. It's never really about the fans or the gamers that that they what they want out of this. It's always just you're just gonna get what we're gonna get. You're gonna pay $70 and you're probably gonna pay $40 for the DLC as well. That doesn't really have much to it.
Yeah, it's rough, man. I mean, and I think that Minecraft is that perfect simplicity. It's a very deep game when you get down to it. There's a lot to do to actually complete and win the game, but at the same time, it could also be just that kind of game to just get lost in. It's so simple that it works. And you don't see Minecraft pushing battle passes every 2 months.
They do have Sky Wars.
I mean, I don't know much about that stuff, but I know that they're not as toxic as what I've seen in other games.
You don't see ads for it everywhere. You don't see it pushed. Like, you're not going to open up Minecraft and just see monthly battle passes, monthly skins, loot boxes,
or ads anywhere. It's always just game developers that just want to like make money.
I don't play Battlefield as much, but like just with EA's sports titles, um, again with like the money thing, like people are gonna buy it. People eat that game, like those games up, like Madden. The game they release practically the same game every year. Sticking with Madden as the example, like with roster updates, which are free every year. You can do it just like from like Madden 21 to 22. You can just avoid buying 22 if you want, and you just update your roster yourself, and then you have the same exact game. Like there's next to no difference, but people eat that shit up just to
That's the
buy the new
problem.
game.
It's because they eat it up that they continue to do it. A prime example is from take 2K for example, right? WWE 2K20 was so bad that there was no WWE 2K21.
I heard about that.
They had to take an entire year off because of how bad things went. The whole story is a little more intricate, but like for the most part, it was a lack of funding, and they didn't give them the time to do the game. The game flopped so bad on every platform that they straight up said, "Okay, we're done for a year." And Call of Duty would be the same way. They already said that there will be no Call of Duty in 2023. It's a little late because they're going to make one this year, which is probably going to be another suckfest, just like Vanguard has, allegedly been. But like, I find that Call of Duty games usually get better about a year into their lifespan, which is real shitty to say, but I've noticed that. Like, in the beginning, everybody plays the game, it gets review bombed, and then, they don't, keep up with any updates. Now, shame on the developers for not releasing a full completed game when, it drops, but it's just unfortunately how games are. Nowadays, they're not games really, they're live services. And eventually those services die. One day you'll never be able to play those games online. Like, for example, you can't go play Modern Warfare 2 on the Xbox 360, right? You can't go play the Halo games on the Xbox 360. One day, the same thing's gonna happen to your PS4, your PS5, and so on. Everything you paid for will no longer exist, and you'll no longer have access. I feel like in the next 5 years or so, the gaming industry as a whole is going to be facing a lot of class action suits and just collapse, really. A lot of things are on the verge of collapse, and they are very much one of them.
The times are coming.
It's also scary to think about with all these I think we talked about this pre-podcast, or maybe we were in the middle of it as it started. But we were talking about like the licensing issues that we have between like the game industry's dealing with it, the just entertainment industry's dealing with it with like movies and shows and whatnot, and all these everyone's got a premium subscription now, and like I'm worried like games are going to be doing that.
I mean, they already are.
Like
they are.
You got Sony or Microsoft buying up all these companies. Sony's gonna try to do it, like Nintendo's gonna snag people, and they're just like, dude, like I'm just trying to game, I'm just trying to enjoy my stuff here, and I'm worried that within the next few years, I just certain people are just gonna flat out not be able to enjoy things they used to like, simply because it's you have to own it on this and this only because they own it, or vice versa with some other group, or so and so forth, with just all these different things out there, from games to TV shows and whatnot.
Like that's what I hate as well, is that there are games that are exclusively for like PS4 or like the new Xbox, which more or less I get, but at the same time it so limits like the availability of people being able to play it.
Yeah, exactly.
It sucks. It's like let's say
Microsoft went the right way with that. Like all of their first party titles, the Halo, Forza, anything Microsoft, is crossplay on PC and Xbox together.
Yeah, like it works, but it's like there's so many like companies that just like, what, like we need to push the sales of our consoles. We need to make sure people actually buy these consoles. Let's push a revived game. Let's push this new video game that everyone has been talking about, and just let's just make it for the new Xbox, so everyone just has to buy this Xbox in order to play this.
Well, I think that is pretty much over with nowadays, because every game that's coming out right now is also coming out on older consoles. Elden Ring, for example, just did it. Horizon, oh my god, I don't even want to get into that can of worms because that shit sucks. but you see, you know what I mean. Like they're still actively making PS4 and Xbox One games because the hardware people can't upgrade right now.
No, yeah.
And honestly, my PC is playing those games just fine. So I'm at a level where I'm comfortable, and I love how currently the game industry is pushing more towards a unified, everything needs to release on everything and be cross compatible with everything. And a lot of it's working. You know, Rocket League, we're able to do that. I'm able to play Halo with my friends on an Xbox. That Generation Zero game that we were playing is the same. Sea of Thieves. There's so many games where just because we have this live service now, me and my friend can jump into the game no matter what platform we're on. It's just really cool. I love the future of video games, but I also hate the future of video games because the live service angle destroys the, you know, what games used to be angle. I recently played a little bit of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and the game is fantastic. It is such a fun, like, joyous thing to play on your own with nobody else around. You know what I mean? Which
The
is
new
weird
Guardians?
for video games.
It sounds bad, but I miss having like remember like multiplayer games used to be a rarity. That was like the special thing you got to play with friends, but nowadays almost
Man,
everything
or the
for
things you
multiplayer.
got to fight over as children.
Yeah, and like
Because
now
me and my
everything is
siblings were very
multiplayer.
much that way.
Like I wish more single player titles released. And I know that sounds selfish, but like I feel like nowadays you lose out on the like literally the story aspect of games when they're so focused on making it work for multiplayer, making it, you know,
Which is,
these multiplayer
yeah,
games.
which is why indie games are doing so great right now. Because they're just, you know, moving forward. They're still bringing that kind of joy. Like, even though they're smaller studios, like, there's one game right now, I fucking forgot what it's called. Tunic. Tunic looks fantastic.
With the Fox?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
I want to stream that one. That just looks great, you know? I love seeing indie developers get their due, man. And especially with, like, things like Game Pass, you're definitely getting to check out a lot of that, you know, different world. But at the same time, it's like, you know, the games just aren't like Resident Evil and Devil May Cry of, you know, yesteryear. Everything's a service now. Which is, you know, like we said, it's a double-edged sword, dude. Gaming is just it's a different beast entirely right now.
Like gaming is nonstop. It's completely changing somehow every year. Something either goes wrong, something goes right. I think one of the most positive things I've seen, not recently, but a while back, was that, you know, you could cross platform with PlayStation and Xbox. Like that to me was like a really big positive change.
Yeah, and some games still do that. Like Call of Duty servers do that, and Rocket League and stuff.
Crazy how things change compared to like how the gaming world was 10, 20 years ago. Now
So
it's
could you imagine going back 10 years and like telling like that past self like, hey dude,
Nah.
in 10 years you're gonna be able to play with someone on another console.
Dude, when Netflix came out, my mind was blown. I was like 10.
Remember having to get movies in the mail from Netflix,
Dude,
and now it's like an
yes.
online
Dude.
thing?
I felt like the world completely changed when I actually like rented a movie on Netflix. It came in the mail, and I was like, dude, no way. And then when you could rent games like through the mail
Gamefly,
as
yeah.
well, dude, no shot.
I
No
used
shot.
to be addicted to GameFly because I would like up until recently I wasn't huge on multiplayer games. Like I played like Call of Duty was the only thing I played for a while multiplayer, and I didn't touch anything else. I wasn't like I didn't enjoy Halo as much, but I used to play it online in like clans and whatnot. But dude, I would burn through so many like single player games from GameFly because, you know, the second you beat it, you just put it back in the mail, you send it in, they send you another
Yeah,
one.
dude.
I would just burn through libraries of single player games that I had queued up, just like
Gamefly
with that
saved
ridiculous
me, dude.
speeds.
It was like what, $1.70 a day, like to rent a game more or less.
For like
Something dirt
2.
cheap. And as a kid, dude, you go to school, go home. I would burn through games. Just like I would beat games like with 40 something hours stories within a matter of like 3 days. Beat it, boom, send it back in, give me another one. Just churning through these games.
And
Like
that's how I played through like Gears of War and LA Noire and a bunch of games I didn't want to pay full price for. When I got my PS3, I didn't have the money to buy games for it, but I had a GameFly account for my Xbox, so I just put PS3 games on it.
And it's like it's so much cheaper because like what games take at least how many days realistic to finish?
Way too long.
I mean, as a kid, I would finish a game in like at least a week or two, and I think back then I even did the math. I was like, no shot. I just paid 14, 15, maybe $20 to finish this game instead of paying like the actual 40, 50 to actually have it physical. It to me that was a game changer. Like how cheap it was just to rent a game.
especially when they're games you can only play like honestly, like some of these story games, like you play them once, you can't really go through them again. Like if they don't have like that RPG
No,
or like
yeah.
any other, like there's no branching storylines, there's nothing different. Just play it once, and then if you do play it again, what there maybe you go back and you do a harder difficulty, but the base game is the same.
Right.
So in my mind, there was no point in owning the game forever if it's just the same. Yeah, like I can't replay it, so I just wouldn't have to worry about owning it when I can spend the same amount but be able to try all these other games. Because for the same
Exactly.
price of one full game, you're looking at like $50 back then.
You know what? This calls for a shout out to what was it called? GameFly.
GameFly.
Thank you for helping us boys out back in the day.
We were
Actually
able to
appreciate you.
actually play games and, progress.
And not have to spend fucking thousands of dollars on games.
But nowadays it's about streaming, and GameFly, you're sadly obsolete.
Yeah, I mean you can rent games on Redbox.
Yeah, but like, what's the damn point?
Dude,
I've got
topic up about
120
Redbox.
games sitting right here that I can stream to my own PC from Game Pass.
Have
That's
any of
true.
you ever seen them refill a Redbox?
I have.
You have.
Whoa, you saw it?
Yeah.
I bring this up every time I see one, and I'm always just like, they always have new movies, like the newest movies out that newest you can get on DVD. You ain't never see people really refill those. They just kind of show up. They pop up. I've never seen someone install a Redbox. I've never seen someone remove a Redbox. I've never seen
They
someone
spring up
refill.
overnight.
Yeah, like it's almost freaky.
It's like the scooters in that South Park episode where like all of a sudden
Oh,
scooters are on
no.
every street corner.
Oh, that's true. What happened to all the scooters?
They're just there.
They're gone. In downtown, there's rarely any now. They're pretty much obsolete.
Wow. Yeah, those scooters did kind of just disappear
Vanish.
too. What kind of government shit were we connecting our phones to?
Pokemon Go. A story about the Redbox thing. I was trying to get this movie. I'm not gonna say which movie because it's really cringe. Freaking cringe. Editor, edit that out.
Making me work.
Editor, like
Just for that stays in.
That stays in. Oh, heck yeah. That's Pog. I was at a Walgreens and my mom was like, "Go pick out a movie," because why pay $20?
Right.
And I was like, "Oh, let me go to the Redbox. It's right outside. Hopefully, no one kidnaps me." And there was this guy, and dude, when I say sketch, this dude was sketch. He was wearing like all black, and he had, you guys ever had those binders full of like
Yes,
CDs and
binders.
DVDs?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
So he had one of those, kind of like it was sort of like a suitcase kind of thing. Like it's one of those that you can like drag around with wheels, and it was just basically labeled. It was even labeled by location, like what location needs this amount of this movie and how much of like whatever.
Yeah.
And I had to wait. Like he was quick. He was quick. It was like 5 minutes, and he put like at least 40 like discs. Like there, closed it. The inside, I'll admit. Let me see if I can find a picture. The inside of a Redbox machine.
Wait, what?
That's forbidden knowledge to look at the inside of a red box machine. It's like the whole that's on tier with the birds or government drones.
Here, let me show you guys on my screen. Listeners, I am sorry you guys can't experience this, but you can actually just look it up. This is how he puts them in. He carries like this little thingy, and they just like put DVDs inside. This is how they're all organized.
No way is he doing this during daylight hours.
I'm scared.
This is like something you don't see. It's
This
not.
is forbidden knowledge.
What are we looking at? Take it away.
You don't like this?
This
Look,
freaks
she's-
me out.
She's stealing them.
What the hell?
She's taking them away.
He left the machine open.
Wow, that is cringe. Have you
I
guys
can't
ever
im- I-
seen the inside of those soda machines?
Please don't ruin this for me. I will
I'm
never
sorry.
use a soda machine again.
Wait, is that one of those soda machines where it's like oh my
like
God,
the
what's this
variety,
soda?
like the little Sprite.
It's
Sprite
all flavor
raspberry.
concentrate that goes into
I
club
just
soda.
said soda. What is wrong with me?
It's so bad. I
Pop.
look at the logistics of
Inside
that
of a pop
machine and I
machine.
cringe.
I had that today when I went to get a Firehouse Subs. I got like 4 different Cokes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, is that one of those machines where it's like got the 500 choices and whatnot? The
Oh, don't
free-
look, don't look. That's exactly what you guys were talking about.
The everything.
Yeah. It's crazy how technology flies. Now we have a machine that shoots out DVDs for $1 a night. And now we have soda machines that you can add a variety pack of every soda. For example, today I had a soda that was a Coke Cherry, Coke Raspberry, Coke, and Diet Coke.
Living the dream.
All 4 of them in one drink. You know, it was pretty tasty.
You're just living your best life all the way up to the end, huh?
Yeah, I call it the Pog sauce
Hog sauce, heard.
because it was pretty Pog. Back to our topic.
Yeah, games be gaming.
I see a lot of developers that are trying to more or less go back to like the roots. I think a really bad example of like how game developers still on my screen. Stop streaming. Like you guys remember like the whole Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
Like it was really bad, and it's the fault of we're gonna release this game at this certain date instead of pushing it back for a 3rd time, and it's like the fans were toxic as hell. I'll say that.
I mean that's unfortunate, dude. Fans can make or break shit. Like the stuff going on with Halo Infinite right now is so dumb.
I would
Apex
make
fans
a
are
meme.
cringe.
If I could find the Game Informer I used to have from when the idea of cyberpunk was still a thing, of them tossing around the idea of making it, I'd be so rich right now. I'd just sell it and just
Yeah,
cash
but
in.
you'd probably have to suffer the same way they did with all the glitches and the bugs in the game. Like seeing all the footage of like how bad these glitches were is hysterical.
It's pretty
Like-
fixed now. That's the whole rabbit hole I don't even want to go down, but like the
Yeah,
current
but it-
version on like modern consoles like PS5 and stuff is fine. The PC version was pretty stable, from the get-go, but there were really ridiculous bugs like how that, you'd run around with your dong hanging out of your pants and stuff. So
Hell yeah, where do I sign
that
up?
stuff did happen.
But at the same time, it's like I think like in my because I'm a streamer, I make content. I think with all the glitches, that would have been like extra content, like for like a lot. Like just like how many clips do you think you would get with all these glitches happening in Cyberpunk? There'd be endless glitches, like endless glitches.
Well, yeah,
Endless glitches and endless clips.
streamers had a lot of fun with that when it launched.
Like it was fun to an extent, but when it's like you're not a streamer, you're not like having funny reactions, like and you're playing alone in your room, it's like it's frustrating because you're like, dude, what the heck is happening? Now I have to restart my whole, console, or, restart my Steam or something. And I can see both sides of the coin, but I think the way the developers handled that was very poorly done.
It's
And
just unfortunate all around, man.
it was really sad because it was there were so many high
But
expectations for the game.
we talked a lot of shit. What are some games lately that have done right by you? Whether they came out recently or not, just something you've played recently.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Let's
Master
turn the
Duel.
table. You
Off the
know?
No,
bat, Yu-Gi-Oh!
no,
Master
don't bring
Duel.
don't bring up Yu-Gi-Oh, dude. My first game ever. This dude summoned Exodia. How?
It's
Imagine-
okay. They made this game really easy to collect cards, and it's just
You say
okay.
easy, but it can be
I have
time
had-
consuming.
I've had my fair share of really angry moments playing this. However, this game has also made me relive some very solid nostalgic moments from my childhood, and it just brings me joy playing this game. Which I played it a lot when it first dropped. When we were all talking about joint coming on here, battling each other, building our own decks, and whatnot. But so I've kind of fallen by the wayside here with this game. But dude, it's just so comforting to play. Like, this is in like the comfort game tier for me, is like Rocket League, because I can just go on, I can just play it a little bit, just chillax and just go, because it's just so easy. It's just so just comforting.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had also had a pretty good time with it when I was messing around. I liked looking into the new stuff more, so I could like try and beat other people. And I fell off of it because I've been just busy with other games. Honestly, there's nothing bad on the game. It's just shit changes, something like that. Yeah,
We're talking
Yeah.
about comforting games and whatnot, just games we like, games that are solid.
games that are
Um,
right now, like you played it recently. Like what do
Recently.
you like? What's going
I'm
going
actually-
down in the world of gaming for you? Any positives?
Browsing the library while we're talking about this subject.
Knockout City, honestly. It's either that or Final Fantasy, the remake. Like, okay.
I love Knockout City to death, and I'm always gonna play it, I think. But this season just turned me off, and it's not really their fault, but it's turned me off the whole game right now.
It has, because it honestly, like, it's one of those games where, like, if you buy the battle pass, you're trying to grind your way up to unlock all those
And
sort of
yeah,
freebies.
and now I'm grinding PUBG and Rocket League instead.
Shout out to the Murder Ho boys,
Murder Ho,
Murder Hobos.
Murder Hobos.
Sorry. Oh yeah.
We don't
I need to
murder
get
for
close to the
money.
mic. I mean, I do, but let's not talk about that.
I was about to say, yeah, no, not here.
Almost all of my comforting games and like good games that I've played recently are all indie titles, which just
Yeah,
speaks
there you
volumes
go.
of where I'm at.
You've come full
with
circle
gaming
back to that
industry.
indie conversation where indie games are just, dude, little nightmares, man. I'm having a great time with it.
Are you
Little
sure?
Nightmares is perfect.
Absolutely.
I have a clip that says otherwise.
Okay. No.
Well,
Also, guys, listeners, Cruz is also a streamer, and you guys should check his stuff out. Prime sub.
You act like I'm not totally going to display this all over the THP social medias that I spent today creating.
Oh no, this is just a reminder.
But yeah.
I don't know why I was under the impression these were kept separate, so I wasn't even going to name drop that. But yeah, my boy here streams. Both of these guys stream.
No, I don't stream.
I'm
I
going to be
just-
doing a lot of things. Streaming, I feel, needs to go on the back burner a little for this kind of content for a while, but I'll see what's up. I apparently have plenty of days off now since my job fucked me over today, so
Oh man, sorry.
I'm not even gonna deal with that right now. I'm gonna just use this time wisely.
Where do I start talking about these games? Dude, I'm going through my library and just looking at all these. I'm like,
Like, are we talking about like comfort games or like
I got
recent
like
games?
recent games
Like,
you've played that were good. I want some positives, damn it. Some
recents.
yin to the yang.
so
Recent.
back on how I brought up single player games earlier. There's one on Game Pass called The Forgotten City, and just the Spark Notes description of this game is you get thrust back in time to ancient Rome uh, but you're in a city where people can't leave, and through some mystical spiritual elements you figure out without giving away spoilers. Um, but you basically are trying to figure out why it is no one can leave, and you're constantly reliving the same day at this location in Rome over and over and over again. And that's just, it's cool. It's just a solid indie game, and it's just damn near picture perfect. It looks beautiful, plays beautiful, very solid voice acting, very solid graphics, gameplay, dialogue, the way your choices affect everything you do in the game. It's just overall a solid game, solid 8 out of 10.
Well, that's
Thrown
good.
PC, Game Pass it, Forgotten City.
That's a positive. That's what we needed. A little something there.
This Squatch has given his rating.
And the rating was good. What about you, Stromboli? Anything you got?
Recent game that I actually enjoyed. Minecraft. As much as it's cringe, I already hear you rolling your eyes.
It's still a positive. That's what we're looking for.
Mainly Minecraft and Knockout City. They're really good. Continuously develop games. But not Knockout City right now. But
I'm looking forward to the next season. That's when I'm going to come back. And I've already got Halo Infinite to worry about. May brings the new season, beginning of May. So I gotta be ready for that.
I saw that announcement right now on Steam. It looks exciting. Comfort game, definitely Kingdom Hearts.
Very nice.
It's one of those childhood games that you can relive and kind of just think about how it was back then and how it changed now to a nitty gritty bag taken from Square Enix because of 3. But yeah, I think comfort game is Kingdom Hearts, and I really enjoyed Knockout City. It's addicting as fuck. Frick, editor, sorry.
Put another fucking bleep there. Some on a roll. Just put it in. Fuck everywhere you go.
There was another one.
Now you have to bleep that out.
I know, okay? And I'm not making notes on the side, and it's killing me.
You'll have a good laugh listening to this.
Have y'all ever played a game called Overcooked?
Yes.
So
no.
I recently stepped away from the kitchen for a little bit, just with some things going on. Stepped away from kitchen work for a minute here. But playing that game puts me back in the kitchen, and it sounds weird because you wouldn't think a video game is anything remotely close.
Or that you would want to be back in the kitchen.
Or that you would want to be in the kitchen while you're not actually at work. But the game just handles it so well and just makes it so realistic, even with all the nonsense of that game, because it's like you're cooking, you're running like a kitchen in this little simulated cartoon, 3D game. I'm not sure how to exactly describe it, but it's just so zany and wacky and crazy. But it's got all the elements of real world kitchen work in it, and that you got to prepare your food, you got to wash the dishes, you got to get all the plates together, plate it,
actually put the work
serve
in
it correctly, and it just makes you feel like you're at work. And it's wild that comforts me.
I feel you there.
And it does it so good.
I got a game super close to that, and it's called Cooking Mama.
It's like that.
Super realistic. Cooking Mama is the most realistic.
Overcooked is more of the co-op and try to really communicate with your partners type of deal, though. It starts simple, but it gets really rough. They made another game called Moving Out, or it was a moving game or something like that. You would move furniture out of a house in a co-op group, and I played that with a group streaming over remote play, and it was rough. Wow. How we would argue over getting the refrigerator out of the house, and it was messed up. It was great. Team 17, I believe, they make some pretty good stuff.
No, Overcooked looks fun as heck.
Look at the moving game they made.
There's All You Can Eat. There's Surf and Turf. The Lost Morsel.
Yeah, they have DLCs for it.
Oh, holy crap! That's Pog.
Game Pass saves you money again.
Yeah, that's another victory for Game Pass there. Weird West. That's a brand new game.
Yeah, I was just looking at that one
got
right
me.
here.
That's sunk its claws and hooks into me.
That new baseball
okay.
game that came out like today is already on Game Pass.
Is
Oh, that launched today.
MLB The Show 22.
Yep.
and
That's got to be the only sports game I think that.
Oh, and they also shadow launched one that they didn't announce, but some like are you familiar with the game of cricket?
Yes. Like, I
It's
know
a
what it-
cricket
the
game.
sport?
It's the current 2022 cricket game because apparently those are things.
Well, I mean, you got Lawnmower Simulator on there and like Fishing Simulator and whatnot. And I don't know. I'm sure there's like these like little niche audiences that people just
Dude.
go after games for those simulation games. It's just crazy.
I want to
have
get into
Mechanic
Lethal
Simulator.
League Blaze. This game looks
what?
ridiculous. Lethal League Blaze.
Lethal.
League.
Blaze.
And it's cross-platform with Xbox multiplayer on Game Pass, so I'm like staring at it.
Well, let me just.
It looks wild. It looks like a fun game to screw each other over in.
Oh wow. That looks pretty sick. They look like they're about to rap.
It's like
they're
a
about
game
to-
where you're supposed to hit each other with like baseballs, and you each get like a bat, like a weapon to hit balls away, and special moves to hit the balls around. And you have to like be the last person standing. It looks like if Smash Bros were a baseball smashing sports game mixed with a little dodgeball.
So it's a game where you essentially throw balls at each other, and you have to be the last one remaining.
You play around with balls and sticks. With your friends. Just get your friends' balls and sticks together and just go to town. Go to town all over that.
So,
Don't
you
even
literally-
second guess it.
You literally just said
They're your homies.
you beat off your other friends with
Yeah,
balls
dude.
and sticks.
Come on, man.
Yeah, it
Unless-
says Lethal League Blaze is an intense high-speed ball game with unique characters, out-of-sight sounds, and none of that weak stuff. What the hell? In Shine City, the anti-gravity ball game has long been illegal. The group who kept playing was dubbed the Lethal League. Bro, it's like Fight Club. It's an illegal underground death sport.
You don't talk about Lethal League.
Canceled. Dox this.
Well,
man.
I got kicked out of Lethal League for talking
It's
about Lethal League.
weird.
By the way, have you heard of Lethal League?
I have not. To me about it.
And then Windjammers 2. I'm so glad that this exists. Oh no, I started the game by accident.
He's gaming right now.
No, I'm trying to turn it off before sounds pop in and I get sued.
Listeners, right now our host is playing a video game while we're recording a podcast. And honestly, I think that's pretty pog. That shows that.
Like I said, we should play a simple game and do interviews and stuff over podcasts.
Oh, I like
That would be one for videos.
Number one?
Set up a stream
Minecraft.
for it.
Number 1, Minecraft.
Nah,
Chat. Let's
I
hear
hard
it.
pass.
Sam,
Minecraft. Minecraft.
Minecraft one together because I like Minecraft. I like mining and I like fishing in Minecraft. I like just chilling.
You know, fishing in Minecraft is one of the easiest ways to level up in the game.
Yeah, you find so much good stuff, especially if you get an enchanted fishing rod.
Enchanted fishing wrong with mending and looting.
That audio is going to be annoying, but this is the first episode, so I don't care. I turned on my
Minecraft's
AC.
pretty
It's
fun.
fucking hot. I'm dying in here.
You should turn on your AC.
I just did. It's making my mic make noises, but I don't care.
ACs are really good. I like
So
ACs.
yeah, so far so good. We've had our bad games. We've had our good games.
What are great games?
Great
You
games
guys-
like
what are those-
define.
No, you know what? What is one game that if like let's say we the planet just decided to go crazy, right? And you only had one space for one game to take with you. Like, and that's it. You have nothing else. Just your backpack, your bags, the clothes on your back.
It's just
what
not
is
a
that?
realistic question, which is pulling me out of the scenario.
Yeah. Okay. Let's say.
Would I even have the ability to play this game, or is this sentimental value?
Yeah, why would I
like
just-
sentimental, like it's a game.
So,
that
okay, so I
you,
didn't have room for other games, but I could take a whole ass game console.
Oh my god! No, game console, just the game. Like,
So you
what
can't
is
even play it.
Not yet.
So sentimental value.
Yes, a sentimental value game that you would have, like, take with you.
Hyperdimension Neptunia 2.
Spell
Yeah.
that for me.
That was easy. Hyperdimension Neptunia.
Yeah, all I had to do was look up.
And this will be Rebirth 2.
Rebirth 2.
Mark 2 was great, but like Rebirth 2 perfected it. But I guess maybe I'd take the PS3 copy of Mark 2 and just carry that around. Specifically the Japanese copy, so I can't understand shit in it. And I have to remember it all with my post-war Alzheimer's.
What happened to the subtitles? How about you, Squatch? What is one really sentimental game you have to, like, you just have to have with you?
Dude, this is a tough one because, like, I'm not from, like, the most well-off family, so, like, as a kid, I didn't exactly, like, play video games much, so I didn't really get into games until I was, like, much older, so I don't have much of a sentimental factor into it, but, man, if I had to take one game, not even playing it, just a game that I own.
Something to have.
It'd either be, like,
Question makes no damn sense.
It'd either be a copy of Fallout 3 or the Mad Max game they did. And I know that sounds stupid because it's not the best game, but I am super into Mad Max, just like the lore and just the world of Mad Max.
Take the copy of Mad Max and just take it around the fucking desolate wasteland and be like, I created this. I foresaw the future. Worship my commandments. My feet are the overlords. Build a shrine to my feet.
It would be praised.
Pour perfume on my feet.
You know,
rub it in.
There's probably some cultures overseas that I can just go into, and I would just be showered in gifts as a giant.
Japan.
I don't even want to. No, dude, no.
Are you saying I'm wrong?
I don't know, man. Japan's got their own freaky stuff going on. I don't want to get into that. I don't know if feet ranks too high is weird up there.
There's so many cafes in Japan. There are so many. The variety is insane.
Whatever your desire, they have
it.
The softcore version of it. The version you can't touch, but you can see a show while you eat.
You like muscular women? There is a women's workout bar where you drink...
It's so weird.
Exactly. There's so much. There's even a hedgehog cafe, which I really want to go to and steal.
Just jack all their hedgehogs.
No, I'm going to take one. I'm going to call it Sonic.
Dude, they're so hard to take care of, though, I hear.
I'm not going to take care of them.
Hedgehogs don't exactly make good pets, I don't think.
You know what's a pet that I would want to have later on in life?
A Furby.
A ferret? You were close. You were close. A ferret or a parrot?
Did you intentionally rhyme those?
No, I didn't, actually. It just happened to happen. I have a friend that has a ferret, and the ferret is extremely hyper, runs around, just makes weird noises. It looks like it has little seizures, like, all over the floor, but
they're really scary little fuckers sometimes. I mean, they're cute, but, like, have you ever seen, like, a mad ferret?
I have.
When ferrets attack?
It's terrifying. It's like a slinky dog.
It's brutal.
It's like a slinky dog. First, it's the front of the body, then afterwards, it's the back of the body.
Like, I don't... What the fuck, ferrets?
I would train the ferret to attack people upon command. You dislike my waifu? Jimmy the ferret doesn't want to hear that. Is Jimmy a good name for a ferret? Or Jiminy?
I mean, a good name for a ferret would be whatever.
Cricket?
Gordon.
No.
Gordon the ferret.
We need to change topics here.
Yeah. Let's not.
Oh man, this is rough.
Moving on.
Oh boy.
But yeah.
You forgot we were recording.
Yeah, editing's gonna be fun.
Anybody got another topic?
Well, we went from bad games to good games to ferrets and, other varieties of pets. And then things just got weird.
Olive Garden, when you hear your family.
I don't know if Gordon's ever been to Olive Garden, but I highly doubt they ever make it down to town very often.
You can't tell them that, the Olive Garden slogan of when you hear your family, because then a lot of weird stuff's going to go on.
Dude, we just went full circle. I thought we left. I thought we left this.
Hey man, you brought up the Olive Garden.
I just brought Olive Garden. I just brought up Olive Garden. Conan's funny. Do you guys think Conan's funny?
You said Conan, and I thought of like Conan the Barbarian.
No.
Yeah, him too.
No,
him
no,
too.
no,
him too.
no,
Is he
no.
funny?
It took me a second to realize what you were talking about. Yeah, I don't think
No,
that
his
show lasts-
podcast's pretty entertaining.
Wait,
You know what's an entertaining sound?
these.
Nuts.
You two are terrible.
Viewers will enjoy it.
Hey, the viewers, thank you guys for taking
The
around this long.
listeners, we're not streaming today.
Listeners,
The listeners of the podcast.
I am gonna put it up on YouTube, so if you're literally just viewing the podcast logo, you might want to go look at something else while you listen to this, or better yet,
wait.
just go to an audio platform.
I have an idea. Editor, with the logo.
Fuck you!
Make it go around like a DVD. Like those DVD standby screens where it's trying
where it
to
just
hit the
bumps
corner?
against the walls.
Yeah,
With
editor,
this-
put that in. At this point, don't put it at the very beginning of the episode. Put it at this point.
Yeah,
So
yeah, because the rest would be a dead giveaway. I got you.
With this being called the ride home,
Yeah.
I really hope they are not looking at the logo that
Yeah,
appears when you
Don't look
play.
at this screen.
Well, we've been
Look at the-
talking for an hour, so by this, even if I chop, it's still 55 minutes. So at this point,
would
if
hope
you're not home, your commute really sucks, and you want to find a job. If you're still on your ride home, find another fucking job.
Yeah, work at something down the street, my guy or woman.
Unless now hold on, because now you're gonna vilify and close off your audience. Maybe they're truck drivers. Maybe they have to be on the road. Maybe they gotta be on the road for hours.
Then they're not on their ride home.
Oh, that's true.
They're
They have to be on the
working.
ride home.
True.
When they're moving miles, that's how they're paid. They're working. So
Hey, so we shouldn't say listener. We should say writers. Hey, writers. What you driving today? Your mom's car?
watch this be like some guy's Uber.
Yeah. Hey, Uber.
If your ride home's an Uber, it's time to get a car.
Hey, listener, go to your Uber and just start reciting Gangnam Style, and see how he reacts.
Gangnam Style.
Yeah, depending on how your Uber reacts will let you know on if you're gonna make it home safely or not.
Oh.
If his wife calls and things get bad, just put in your headphones and pretend you're in a better place.
Yeah.
Sounds
And-
brought to you by the Ride Home Podcast.
This-
We just all need to start making background filler sounds.
Hey, listener, if you're actually driving right now, you should spam the honk. Just constantly honk right now. Just 5 times. Just
Yeah.
frustrate the people around you. Just confuse them.
I
Just,
mean, not if it's illegal in your area. Look up your local traffic laws. But
if not-
be annoying. Flash your lights at the back of somebody's head.
Yeah, why not?
Drive by, roll your windows down, and play the most loudest, obnoxious song you can think of.
You
But,
be
like-
even more obnoxious. Roll down your or headbang as hard as you can.
But with
But
no
turn
music.
Turn your music off and roll down your window. And just headbang as hard as you can.
Dude, can you imagine people checking their ears? What the? What's
And
wrong
then-
with my hearing?
Dead stare them. Pause, dead stare them in the eyes, and bro, this shit's a banger. And
No,
just keep doing it.
pretend to push the pause button and just look straight at them. Just confuse out of them. No, turn the music on and then stare at
This
them.
needs to be the new TikTok challenge.
Oh yeah.
All right, now before we, get people hurt, don't do any of that dumb stuff.
Yeah, don't listen to us. If you already did it, my bad. Sucks.
If you're on
You
your
shouldn't be
ride
listening
home,
to me.
don't ever, listen to the words we say. Do not repeat our actions. See, I'm gonna have to throw a disclaimer in there at some point, for safety reasons. Yeah, no. Okay, away from that topic because we really could get in trouble.
No, Steve's a friend of ours. He basically is a pro at chess, so he's probably gonna stream that.
He is a very good chess player. He used to whoop my ass, dude. Horribly. He was good.
He would use the queen.
And then
a lot.
Chinese checkers, he's a monster. Chinese checkers, he somehow understands on a level like it's like me with Rocket League. I just get it.
You know he beat me at Bakugan.
Oh, dude, y'all had a brawl.
Dude, it was crazy. His balls were big. Mine were small. Black
Fine.
face.
No more talk about Bakudongs or whatever we were on about. Beyblade.
Dude, Beyblade was the best, dude.
We ain't gonna talk about Bakugans no more.
What's wrong with Bakugan? Do you guys remember Bionicle?
Bionicle. I was a teenager at the time, so it was dorky to me.
Oh, dude, you were a teenager at that time?
I'm
Yeah,
old.
Sam, you and me are closer to age.
Yeah.
When that was a thing.
I was
yes,
like-
I do remember.
I was like 10.
Oh.
I was like 9. When Bakugan was the thing. I was like 9.
I
or
wasn't
10.
in school anymore when Bakugan came out.
Ooh.
I mean, when Bakugan, yeah. Because my little brother was like 5 or 6, and he liked Bakugan. And this other little kid he played with in the neighborhood liked Bakugan, and I thought it was the dumbest shit. They'd be throwing little marble toys at each other and causing serious damage to the toys. Like,
You remember a show called Zatch Bell?
Zatch Bell.
I did see
Ooh.
Zatch Bell, but I didn't pay as much attention to it. To put it into perspective, the anime that streamed on, like, the cartoon, channels for me was Cardcaptor Sakura. That's how I'm old. They called it Card Captors in the U.S. and they butchered the dub to holy hell. But it's special in its own way. Go watch both.
Card Captor Sakura.
But in
This
America, it was
looks
just called
old.
Card Captors. And the
Card
the song slaps. I don't know if I can insert a little bitty clip of it, but I love the Card Captors music.
Is there like a specific song?
They
Or is it just,
translated
like-
it to English, so it's not the Card Captor Sakura OP, because those are actual Japanese like pop music. The Card Captors cartoon, because people are gonna claim it's not an anime, because that shit popped up next to like, what else played on WB? Shaolin Showdown, and
the opening.
Yes.
that Animaniacs and shit.
I hated Animaniacs.
was the stuff, dude.
I
No,
liked
hated
Animaniacs.
them.
Okay, there's
I
two
hated
kinds of
them.
kids. There's two kinds of kids in this prison. Those of us who like Animaniacs, and those of us who don't like Animaniacs.
No, Animaniacs.
Which one are
would
you?
Give me an Animaniacs, and it
Can't even say it right.
and
Stop sucking.
and okay, and
It's an enemy.
stop.
Nemo, what the f?
I'm trying. There's a lot of syllables. And it, and then many, and it.
Do some vocal exercises, Sam.
Dude, I'm so embarrassed. Listeners, I'm so sorry. I apologize. The cartoon, it would get me in trouble. It
Huh?
would get me in trouble every morning.
Animaniacs?
Yeah, the whole, like, this is just how funny it was. I was laughing my gut out, like, every morning.
Okay, but I don't see the problem.
My mom would work nights and would have, like, the whole day to sleep. And I would be just busting out laughing because of how funny it was. And my mom would, like, physically come out and just scream and just like, shut up! Shut up! Just to get me to shut up.
Okay,
But
that's your trauma, man. That's not on the Animaniacs. Don't do them
My
dirty like that.
no, they were funny. Just to me, at least, as a child, they were, like, too funny. Like, I think I actually, like hurt something in my stomach.
Some of those Animaniacs jokes just kill me, dude. Like, and you know that they're adult jokes. There's no
Oh,
way.
dude, there are
There's no
so
way
many.
any of this is for kids.
Dude,
And
a
they wink
lot
to
of
the parents. Like,
a
it's.
lot of cartoons have that now. Like people
I
are now
love
realizing.
seeing that because the parents are the ones who are like actually paying attention, and they're the ones who buy the merchandise. So don't appeal to the child, appeal to the parent in secret. So that when your child asks for that item, you can go, oh, well, at least it's not that I hate, annoying ass little shit.
For me, it was the opposite. My parents saw that there was adult jokes, and they were just like, "Nah, you're not watching this."
Your parents sucked.
No, they suck. It's just, I guess, their sense of humor was really, I guess, traditional with people. I mean, compared to like now, how everything is like TikTok loud equals funny sort of things. I guess back then it was like a whole different, completely like it was a completely different time.
Huh.
So for them, it was like, oh, inappropriate jokes. Nah, that isn't gonna slide with us. You know, I at a HEB, I got yelled at because I said what the heck. They were just like they were really traditional people, so even like the slightest not bad words was an issue.
Honestly, that's pretty cringe, man.
It is cringe, so that's why like now like my
See,
vocabulary.
and it's
is...
weird because there's that generation in between. Because my generation watched, the original seasons of The Simpsons and King of the Hill and stuff. When the plot lines of some show was, oh, Grandpa Simpson, Homer can't get it up, and Grandpa Simpson made a love tonic, and they go on the road selling it, and then it becomes like this huge conspiracy thing, and it all goes down this like rabbit hole of how emotional Simpsons can really get. What's one of the greatest episodes of all time, but like, it's like my generation. We grew up with that. We grew up with Hank Hill with his narrow urethra and tiny white ass. It's just. Then there's your generation on that Bionicle shit. I don't understand you people. And then nowadays, it's worse. Nowadays, every kid knows, all the terms by like 6 years old.
Exactly, it's different now. I think mainly it's.
I heard him call some. And that's where I learned it is part of this generation's lingo, and it freaks me the.
Kids will say like anything like now, like push and pee. What does that mean?
Means push and pee, bro.
I don't know what that means.
Dead ass, bro.
I'm scared. Have you ever seen like I think it was Video Game Donkey. He did a thing where he went into like Fortnite and Among Us and stuff and just played with a bunch of children and reacted to it. Like, it was beautiful. I've never heard these kids talk this way before. This new generation that's just now creeping up is the weirdest of all. It's what happens when you're raised on the internet from the time you're like 6 months old.
I think it's because kids nowadays have way easier access to the internet compared to everything in general, and it's insane. Like, I guess from ages we were raised different. I guess because the year lapse. I guess for me, internet was accessible, but at the same time, it wasn't as expansive and as easy to navigate as it is now.
My first internet, bro. The shit I played RuneScape on.
Oh boy.
That was like made out of it was the phone line, dude. So whenever a phone call came in, you would have to get off the internet really fast, or they would pick up the phone and it would just be screeching. And my dad ran a business out of that apartment, so like I could never be online. It was awful. We had to limit ourselves to 1 hour of time after like business hours, and it was terrible. You have to choose whether you want to play RuneScape or Adventure Quest. It hurt.
What is Adventure Quest?
It's a turn-based RPG.
I'm looking this up.
It was Battlon was the company.
Battle Quest?
Yes, dude, I remember Adventure Quest.
Adventure Quest or Dragon Fable? Because Dragon Fable, you walked around and stuff.
Adventure Quest, oh my god,
boy.
Dude, shit.
Oh boy.
And I played that on dial-up. Dude, when we got our first DSL modem, we had to go to a computer store and buy a modem and open up the computer and take out the old phone modem and shove in this like computer piece. It was the first computer surgery we've ever had to do, but it was the greatest thing in the world because the internet was so fast to us, and it was like 500 kilobytes or like 1 megabyte per like minute or some shit. It was bad.
Oh, dude, this game looks old, but it actually looks fun. Oh boy.
Bro, RuneScape, when you were like 11, 12 years old, that was weird.
The only thing I know about RuneScape is the dance and the music.
You know some of the memes? Buying lobbies, 15k, 150k. Free money, please. Buying GF.
Be my RuneScape girlfriend.
Buying GF
20K.
was the biggest. Yeah.
What?
Hey, the girlfriend I had in RuneScape, I didn't have to pay her.
Yeah, he kidnapped. Yeah, he didn't have to pay. He kidnapped. Yeah, he practically stole.
Now, that was back when people were dumb on the internet, dude. Like, we told each other which cities we lived in. For all I know, that could have been some old dude. We were in the same state. Fucking creepy, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like back then, it was completely different to now. Now it's like you really can't.
Can
say anything.
I be totally real with you?
Yeah.
I thought the concept of an online girlfriend, especially when I wasn't into girls totally yet, was really dumb. So I just used her to basically mine coal and work for me and make me a lot of money.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what we should
I've been
be
doing that
now.
shit since I was like 11.
That's what we should be doing
No,
now.
no, not now, bro.
Yes,
It's 2022. You're
now.
going to get me canceled.
No, get me canceled.
You're
I don't
20
care.
years too early. I mean, too late. Shit.
Too late.
Too early.
That's 2001, 2002 right there.
I was like 3 in 2001.
Oh my god.
I was born in 1998.
What the hell? We're only 6 years apart. Why is the gap so weird?
I don't know. I don't know why the gap is weird.
Somewhere around the era when the Nintendo 64, the PlayStation 1 came out, shit got weird.
It did. Everything changed.
But anyway, we're going to say goodbye to our buddy Illusion here. He's going to dip out of the podcast. It's been great having you, bro. I definitely want to get a one-on-one with you on some of your spiritual and occult stuff that has been going on in your life. Would love to get that recorded. You know, I'm free all freaking week apparently, so
Yeah, man, we'll get something going.
we'll get that worked out. Thanks for joining us tonight, man.
All right, later. Y'all have fun. Y'all enjoy the rest of your ride home.
Later.
And if you're still on your ride home, good God, seriously?
Yeah, at this point, like, are you even moving?
How much do you spend on gas?
That sounds like a really big tab.
Have you seen gas prices right now? They're like $4 a freaking gallon.
Gas prices are insane right now.
And it's not even WrestleMania anymore.
Do you remember my Uber?
Yeah.
Dude. Ooh.
It doubled, and then it doubled again.
It doubled once again. I think the last time I checked it was in Reed's truck, and it was like 93, 94.
That's just insane.
For a 20-minute drive.
I hope you at least toss that boy some gas money.
Nah,
He drives a big-ass V8 truck.
It's a really nice truck, by the way. And we listened to Nirvana all the way home.
Sounds like a good way to end a night.
Oh yeah, I think we were talking about like bass and music, and
We got trapped by the guitar player for that New York band. He got really, really, really drunk and tried to give me and Steven music advice.
Yeah.
Like talking about tours and how to do stuff. And then he asked to crash at a house because they were like looking for a hotel or someplace to stay.
What?
And they were really cool, man. Like they gave me free stickers, and then the singer sees my dog tags from the band that we opened for with Doyle. And he sees the dogs. He sees it and he goes, "That's not a fucking dog tag. You want a real fucking dog tag? You sure? You wear dog tags a lot, bro? Here, take this. Take that dog shit ass fucking tag off and wear this dog tag." He gave me one. He gave me free merch.
Dude, that's.
I felt
honestly
bad. Like they're like mid-30s, pushing 40, and they're talking about retiring after all these years, and like They're going through some shit, man. Good music though.
I can't imagine.
I'm not
Pushing
gonna say
30.
their name, but poor guys.
It happens. I mean, there's things that are bound to happen that we wouldn't wish on our enemies. I mean, I would, but there's just things that just tend to happen that just tend to happen. Editor, cut that out, please.
God damn it!
I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Keep me busy, man. Like, damn.
Editor, kidding. I love you, editor. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you listening to this in the future.
It's all good. It's bad enough we're gone this long. I'm trying to find a segue to where we can get, towards the end of this.
Future crews, make sure you take a nice hit, and also, go grab yourself a beer, a nice cold beer, and have a fun time editing this.
Plans going forward, pet-wise, are you doing Ferret or Parrot? What did you land on?
See, that's hard. A parrot, I want to train it to say just straight curse words, and maybe.
I mean, that's
Spanish.
pretty cool.
And speak Spanish, I want to have someone that comes to the house, like a Mexican woman. I can say that because I am Mexican. Don't go over yourselves, and just say Mexican sayings with bad words. Why the heck are the dishes dirty? Just random stuff. So when people come over to my house and the parrot just speaks Spanish, I can't explain it to them.
This explanation right now is honestly kind of cringe.
Why? It's funny. Okay.
It sounds like your reasons for having a ferret were way larger than the parrot.
So you think a ferret that attacks people because they go against my waifu is better than a parrot that speaks Spanish bad words?
I mean, at least a ferret that's trained like that. You could just take him to a con or something and just be put a little safety vest on him like a work dog and have him sniff out the imposters and the posers in the crowd who've only watched 3 anime ever.
Oh, dude, that was me when I went to my first convention. Fan Expo doesn't count as a convention, but it was fun. I can't wait to go on a convention with you guys.
I'd feel better with a waifu face-biting ferret.
Yeah, instead of a Mexican-speaking parrot.
Yeah, that might get me thrown out of the con, dude. I don't know.
Oh, that's true, dude.
I'm sure the first time you get a waifu diss, though, that's probably federal charges. But with that said, I'm going to end this here because I already have enough to edit. But thank you for joining. Hopefully by now you're home. Maybe you're eating dinner. Maybe you're just relaxing in your chair. Whatever you're doing, do it well. Keep moving on. And
if you're still on your way home, just listen to the next episode. It'll be so much greater.
Providing it's there.
Providing it's there. If it's not there, then go listen to jazz. Don't listen to any other podcasts. Listen to jazz.
If it's not there, make more productive use of your time, and thank you for being one of the first listeners to this, oddity. But yep, that's it for that, man. I think we're gonna call it here.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. We love you. You smell good, unless you didn't take a shower. And get home safe. And if you're home safe, that's great.
And take a damn shower.
And take your damn fucking shower.
The Ride Home Podcast, THR logo, and intro tracks are original products of Trigger Happy Projects Media Group. Please do not duplicate or distribute without permission.